Hey guys, Aaron here. Just want to do another video today. This one's going to be about a website for your lawn care or landscaping business. I know when I first started out, I didn't have a website, and a lot of people were asking me if I had one or what my website was, and I would just say, "Oh, I don't have one," and it was a little embarrassing. I mean, I was a bit scared to make one because I had no idea how to do it. I didn't know anyone who could do it or help me with it. So today I'm going to tell you a few easy ways of how you can get one done and look more professional in the process. Back then, this was 16 years ago, maybe 15 because I didn't have one the first year. 15 years ago, anyway, people were asking me, clients were asking me as I was building my schedule up there, what's your website so we can see what you do? And I would just tell them, oh, sorry, I don't have a website. So I wanted one. I started calling around local places that did that in my area. They wanted $5,000 to build a website for my lawn care business, and I thought that was outrageous. Like, obviously, I don't want to put $5,000 into a website. At the beginning of my journey here, at the beginning of my business, that's a very scary thing to do. That's a lot of money. I'd rather buy lawnmowers and weed whackers, blowers, tools with that money. If anything, a truck. You know what I mean? A trailer. So at this point, I said, "There's no way I'm getting a website, not doing it," and I just continued on. So I procrastinated for a little while. Then after just asking people and hoping and praying that something would happen, it did. My wife's tech guy, she happened to mention something when he was at their work fixing something. She said, "Oh, my husband's looking for a website. Do you know anyone who does that?" He's called around and he's got all these crazy prices and he's just starting out a business and he's looking for someone to do the site. And the tech guy said, "Well, I could easily do it for him. I'll do it, no problem." So he ended up doing my website, my first website, I think, for like $400. And it was amazing. It was really nice. I got lots of compliments on it, and I had it for about 5 years. All I had to do, it was simple. All I had to do was give them a bunch of pictures, which every job you take pictures. You cut the lawn, you take a nice picture of those nice lines. You install some mulch, you take a picture, and you just start collecting pictures. So I had a bunch of pictures from all the previous work that I was doing, and he just asked, Aaron, I need some content for your about page, for your homepage and whatnot. So I looked at other websites, I got an idea of what other people were doing, and I just wrote down a few paragraphs and gave him something to work with. Well, he made an amazing site. It was like $400, if that, and money well spent because once I had this website, I could now use it. I could direct traffic to it, and I still do to this day via Google Ads. You set up Google Ads, you pay a little bit per month, whatever you want to pay, whether it's $50 a month or $300 or $1,000, whatever you want to pay per month. And that gets tons of work, guys. Trust me. It directs people to your website. It's so easy to set up and do. I'll do another video on that at another time. But you get your Google Ads pointing people towards your website and you get calls, you get work in your neighborhood. So that helped me out having a website tremendously. Also, on my emails, when I email people, when I get business cards printed out, when I make flyers, everything I do, I put the website on it just to get more traffic there, and it works. And when I do a quote for somebody, I make sure it's on my letterhead. I make sure it's in my email address. I make sure it's in my email signature. Sorry, and people are seeing it because then your clients, potential clients, are clicking on that, going to your site, and they're learning about you. They're seeing the kind of work you do, they're seeing the kind of neighborhoods you're in, they're seeing what kind of tools you're using and how you get the job done. I have people thinking that I'm this huge business. They call me up and looking for a secretary and looking for HR department to give their resume and whatnot, and I work out of my house. I'm a small business and I've always worked out of my home because that's just what I do. It's perfect for me. And people call me looking for, human resources to send their resume to. They call me looking to do massive jobs, which I just redirect them to another company because I don't want to do massive commercial jobs like that. I stick to the small stuff. So anyway, websites help you big time. Easy to get. Don't be scared about the price. Don't be scared if you don't know anything about this because 15 years ago I had no idea how to make a website or update it because you need to update it every year. That's what I do. I do yearly updates on my website with all the pictures from the previous season. So this guy built me the website, the tech guy from my wife's work. did the site for me. And then every year after that, I would send him maybe, I don't know, 30 pictures, 20 pictures, whatever I had taken of my good pictures from the jobs I did the previous season. And every spring he would post them up there and update the website, fix anything going on. So after about 5 years, that website started glitching and having problems. Okay, I reached out to him. I said, listen, I'm due time for a new site. I need to do something different. This one isn't working. I'm getting complaints now instead of compliments. Well, he had moved on higher up the ladder. He was now doing whatever he was doing. He couldn't do the website anymore, or rebuild it anyway. So I was like, shit, I guess I'm just going to continue using this site until I find someone else. Kept using it. It wasn't functioning very well because now everybody had their cell phones and there wasn't a mobile site, so it just glitch out, and it was a bit annoying. So one new customer reached out to me and he said, Aaron, I went to your site. It's not looking too good. What's going on? I explained to him that I had a guy do it and he's just not doing it anymore. I'm looking for someone else to do it. Everybody's charging a crazy amount of money. I wanted to, I wanted to look into fixing it up, blah, blah, blah. He said, well, I can do that. And I said, oh, great. I'm like, how much do you want? I don't want to spend a fortune on this. This one cost me $400. He's like, well, I have some sod work I want done in my backyard. He's like, what if we do a trade? So it ended up, this guy became a client. He made me an entirely brand new site that was even better than the previous site. Did an amazing job, built in SEO, search engine optimization, into the site. Used all my pictures from the old site, used all the new pictures I gave him as well. Altered the content a bit, but sort of kept it the same. And it made an amazing site for me for a trade. Like my crew and I went to his house for the day. He bought all the sod, the rolls of sod, and we brought my sod cutter and we removed his sod in his backyard and resodded his lawn. It took like 6 hours or something for the three of us to do it. He was happy as heck, and I was happy as heck because I got a website out of the deal. He got his backyard done, I got a website, so it was a win-win for both of us, and it worked out great. So I had that website for about another 5 years before it started glitching out, and it needed updates. He would update the pictures every year for me, like the other guy would, before the new season started. But it wasn't running properly. So again, here we are. It's time for a new site. So I reached out to him. I said, listen, I think we need to redo the site. Blah blah blah. It's not working properly. Again, he had moved up the ladder. He was too busy for this now. Now he was higher up in his job. He was commuting to work every day. He had his family full time, taking up a lot of his time. He didn't have time to do it anymore. And I totally understand. No problem whatsoever. So now I reached out to Kijiji in Canada. Kijiji is like Craigslist. So I typed in website builders, and a bunch of people came up. A lot from the bigger city around me, but I wanted to get someone closer to my house, so I could deal with them on the phone. I could deal with them in person, whatever. And turns out a bunch called me back, and I picked one who was in my same city as me, and we went back and forth on what I wanted. He said I can do it for $1,000. I thought, well, $1,000 seems very reasonable for me because one, I make a lot of money in this business now, so $1,000 to spend on something like this is nothing for me at this point in time. And two, considering 15 years ago they wanted $5,000 for a quality site, and now I was only 15 years later, I'm paying this guy $1,000 to make me a quality site. So no brainer. I gave him a $200 deposit, and he built the site for me. So now I have this beautiful site that people can go to. It's all search engine optimized, so people are finding me. I do the Google ads. I send more people there, and it's a beautiful website. He updates it for me. If I want to add any pages, I pay him a small fee. If I want any pictures uploaded sooner, he does that. He hosts my website, so he makes a little bit of money. I paid him his $1,000. I've got an amazing site, and I've got another guy probably for the next 5 years until he moves up the chain of command in his business, or where he works, and he gets too busy with life, which is fine too, because 5 years from now, I'll update it, I'll find someone else, and I'll do the same thing. The moral of this story is, at first, when I first opened my business, I knew nothing about websites. I didn't know how to build them. I didn't know how to update them, add pictures, anything. And I didn't have $5,000 to pay someone to figure it out. So I was able to get someone to do it almost for free for $400. The next time I was get someone doing it for free for trading of work, which you could too. You could tell the person even, I'll cut your lawn for the season for free if you build my website. There's so many people that are better at computers than say you and me. I mean, maybe you can build your own. If you can build your own site, then great. I highly suggest you do it. But if you can't and you're like me, get someone else to do it. ask around, ask people, even in your email signature, maybe even put looking to build a website. Please contact me. And then as you're sending out quotes, as you're doing whatever, people automatically think, oh, he's looking for a website. I'm looking to have my grass cut for the season. Maybe we can make a deal. Boom. You cut his grass for the season. Maybe it costs $600 for the season, and he does a website. $1,000 for the season, he does your website. It's a good trade. It's worth it. And then after that season's done, you think he's not going to pay you that $1,000 or $600 a month or a year to cut his grass? Of course he is. The website's been done, so there's nothing more he can do for you. But he can definitely start paying you to keep you doing the grass. I mean, it's a win-win. Um, that's how I did it. I think everybody in this industry needs a website. I don't think you need to be scared about getting one, and it's only going to help your business. And people are going to think you're a professional, and if you're doing the work, you're doing a good job, you're going to make lots of money, you're going to have lots of clients, and you'll be very busy. And in this industry, you can be as busy as you want, you can work as much as you want to make the money you want. Guys, thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, because I see a lot of people are watching my videos, but no one's really leaving the thumbs up, which helps tremendously. Subscribe if you can, and look for more videos, because I'll be putting them out every few days on how to build your own small lawn care or landscape business and how I've done it, and I'll be sharing tips and tricks along the way. Thank you and have a great day.